For question 2, we are given fx equal to 3 plus x divided by x minus 2, where x must not equal to 2, and hence we need to find the limit of fx as x approaches 2 from the left hand side. So we know that fx is 3 plus x over x minus 2, and note that we need x approaching 2 from the left hand side. So substitute x equal to 2 into x, and we will get 3 plus 2 divided by 2 minus 2. So 3 plus 2 is 5, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So as you can see, 5 is a constant k, and here we have denominator 0. Therefore, this is case 3, constant k divided by 0 plus minus. So you need to determine whether this is 0 plus or 0 minus. And to do that, we need to use the number line. Imagine that you have the x-axis. So we need x approaching 2 from the left hand side. So what you're going to do is that you're going to pick any value that is very close to 2 on the left hand side of 2. So let's pick 1 decimal places, which is 1.9. So just imagine our value of x is 1.9 right now. So if you substitute x equal to 1.9 into x minus 2, you'll get 1.9 minus 2, which is negative 0.1. So you can see that it is a negative value and it is quite small. So this one we will label as 0 minus. If you look at case 3, the final answer should be infinity. But you need to determine whether this is positive infinity or negative infinity. Look at your fraction here. 5 is positive, and 0 minus means that it is a negative value. Positive divided by negative is negative. So the final answer is negative infinity. For question 3, we are given this fx. We need to evaluate the limit from the left hand side and the limit on the right hand side, and hence we need to determine whether the limit as x approaches 3 exists. Left hand side means you need to put the negative sign. So if you substitute x equal to 3 into x, you will get this, and this using calculator is 14, and this one right here will give you 0. So now we have 14 divided by square root of 0. Since only the denominator is 0, this means that this is case 3, and hence the final answer should be positive or negative infinity. So you need to determine what is 0. Is it 0 plus or 0 minus? And to do that, you need to draw the number line. X is approaching 3 from the left hand side. So here we have 3, and x is approaching from the left hand side. So pick any value less than 3 that is very close to 3. So let's say I'm going to pick 2.9. So you're going to substitute 2.9 into x squared minus 2x minus 3. Because we want to know, is this 0 plus or 0 minus? And using calculator, the answer is negative 0.39. So this means that this is 0 minus. But be careful, 0 minus means that it is a negative value. So here we have square root of negative 0.39. You can see that this will give you a complex number. And hence, the square root of 0 minus is undefined. Therefore, there is no answer for the limit from the left hand side. Now, let's do from the right hand side. Right hand side means that you need to use plus sign. So just substitute x equal to 3 into x. Using calculator, this is 14, and this one is 0. So you'll get 14 divided by square root 0. Since only the denominator is 0, this means that for the right hand side, we're going to consider case 3 as well. So we need to determine, is this 0 plus or 0 minus? Since x approaches 3 from the right hand side, pick any value that is very close to 3 on the right hand side. Say that I'm going to take 3.1. So substitute 3.1 into x squared minus 2x minus 3. And the answer is 0.41. That means that it is a 0 plus. So note that 0 plus is a very small positive value. So when you square root, a very small value is going to become a very small value as well. So this is just 0 plus. Square root of 0 plus is just 0 plus. Using calculator, you can see that when you square root 0.41, you'll get a positive 0.64. So, positive 0.64 is a very small positive value. So that's why we can just change this to become 0 plus. And now we know that using case 3, the final answer should be infinity. Is it positive or negative? Look at the sign. 14 is positive. In the denominator, we're going to have positive as well because this is 0 positive. Positive divided by positive will give you positive. And hence, for the right hand side, the answer is positive infinity. By comparing both limits, you can see that both limits are not the same. Therefore, you can make the conclusion, the limit of fx as x approaches 3 from the left hand side is not equal to the limit of fx as x approaches 3 from the right hand side. And hence, the limit of fx as x approaches 3 does not exist. So you can see that we have answered all the questions in question 3.